Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday. Ah, yes. Coffee. Snowy morning here in southern Maine. We got about, I don't know, I got to put a tape to her, but 8 anyway, maybe 10 inches of new white stuff on the ground. So, yeah, good stuff. I don't mind it. If it's going to be cold, we might as well have snow. I know that's probably not the most popular opinion, but so be it. And I'm a touring man. How you doing? I've always enjoyed living in Maine, and I like the seasons. Sometimes it gets a little bit old when they change over the in between, but right now in the thick of it, nothing like a good old snowstorm. So I'd rather be up north, up to camp, and enjoy this one. But here we are. So, and I own a condo. We own a condo, so I don't really have to do anything. But I'm always out there. I'm always out there shoveling, helping out the guys and clearing off the roofs and moving stuff around. So I don't know, just gets in your blood, I guess. So I like to help, like to stay. I like to get outside and enjoy it a little bit. And Wendy and I were just talking about we wish we could be out snowshoeing together today. And I said, well, let's remember this next year when we can be, and you may decide not to be because it's a lot of work. So let's make sure we hit it. Anyway, guys, post in the chat. How you doing today? Happy Sunday morning, Super Bowl Sunday. If you're a football fan, good morning, Wendy. Good morning, Matt Blood, my man. Good to see you. Coffee number 3. 69 on the sleep score last night. 69. Not so good. Don't know, though. I try to guess. We try to guess each morning, and I would have guessed I'd be in the 70s. It wasn't too bad. Up a couple times. Dog likes to go out in the middle of the night, so that's good. He's got me trained well there, and get him out, get back, and then sometimes we still got to move around, and Wendy's still peg legging it, so to speak. But hey, yesterday we went to breakfast. Took her down to Westbrook. Yeah, went to breakfast, had a great meal, and then we went to LL Bean. Got a new pair of boots. So she did well. She walked with the cane for a bit, but we kept it to a dull roar. And I think by the time we got back here, that was plenty for inside the 2-week window. So doing well. She said to me today, I feel like I'm about almost ready to be able to walk, like without anything. But that's 2 weeks in. And they say 2 weeks walker, 2 weeks cane. So frankly, anything in that department before the next 2 weeks is up is a bonus, if you ask me. So good morning, everybody. Dave Brackett, be careful with the wet, heavy snow, he says. It's not bad. It's the fluffy stuff, I think. So, yeah, go Eagles, Dave says. Who's a Chiefs fan on here? Matt Blood just wrapped up shoveling 4 inches of wet, heavy. Well, maybe it is wet, heavy. I'll have to check. And we'll let those guys handle it. My back doesn't like the wet, heavy stuff. So, get her out and blew the stink off her. Yes, we did, Dave. We went down to Double L Beans. Before I get going today, I just want to talk about something that I think needs to stop, okay? And it's mostly for you ladies, but this stuff has got to stop. Like, where do you go from here? Like, this doesn't even fit in the screen, okay? Have you ever tried to fill one of these with ice? Funny story, though. The Stanley Company went from just doing these cups and things like it, and themed cups. So here's a business lesson for you. They went from doing about 70 million a year to 700 million a year, just by changing over. And I don't know if this is a Stanley. It seems like a knockoff, but this is easily a foot tall. Like, where do you go from here? Are we going to 16, 18 inches with these things? Unbelievable. Have you seen all the memes online about these? They're funny. Women trying to get out the door with one of those things. Wendy got one for Christmas, but this is the one Bailey leaves here for when she comes home. So good stuff. Yeah, it fits in the cabinet nice and everything. Jam it in. The straw's about 27 inches long. Good stuff. Anyway, Kaylin Newton is on here. Good to see you, buddy, on the Facebook. Mr. Hargraves is here. You remember Dave Brackett, don't you, Mr. Hargraves? I bet you do. You one of one of those people that probably threw him out back about 38 years ago. So, anyway, guys, like I said, Super Bowl Sunday. First of all, post in the chat how you doing. 1 to 10. How are we this morning? You guys that are in the Northeast here that are moving a little bit of snow, you're at least an 8. Dave says Teresa has one all blinged up. Oh yeah, you have stickers for these things, themes. You know, it just gets crazy. It gets crazy. I don't know whoever invented that. He's a rich man, but Wendy says stop. Hers is blue. That thing, you get at least half an ice maker full of ice in that sucker. Like our ice maker has been going nonstop. Hardest working ice maker in the state up here. So Dave's a 9. Good to hear it. Kaylin, how you doing? Dad's on here. Good to see you. Yeah. Dad, you got yourself one of these things? You got to have them. You got to have them. They're only about 4 feet tall. Put a few of those. Who's got the Yeti lid shit show in their cupboards? You know, all these, not these ones, but you got the straw hole, you got the one with the regular hole, then you got the big, you got the small, then you got the knockoff stuff. You don't want the knockoff stuff on your Yeti cup. That's a faux pas. We don't want that, right? Get those knockoffs right out of there. Then I got the Yeti, the coffee cup. You got the tumbler. You got the 16 and 20 ounce. You got the one that's real fat on the top. You get a lot in. Crazy stuff. Anyway, I have a good time with it. So today I wanted to talk to you, of course, about the Super Bowl. Not because I am crazy about football, because Dave will tell you I really don't care. But I want to talk about, this is kind of, I'm going to play off the Super Bowl here, talk about winning the game of discipline. And I want you to pay attention tonight if you're watching the game, not just at the commercials, not just at the halftime show, but pay attention to what you're seeing out there and maybe think about what it took for some of these guys to get there. All right. Also, I want to talk to you about overindulgence today, because just like New Year's or Christmas or Thanksgiving, Super Bowl Sunday is one of those days where oftentimes we're just a dumpster, right? We're just bring it, whether it's beer and pizza and pretzels and chips and dips and all the stuff, right? Yeah, charcuterie tray, bring that, right? I'm as guilty as anybody. But take a look at the guys that are playing tonight. They didn't get there by accident. They sacrificed. Somewhere along the line, they sacrificed, they trained, they stayed in the game, they stayed disciplined when it mattered most, even when they probably had setbacks. So here's a question for you. How do we bring that same championship mindset to our own lives? Adam Smith is on here. Good to see you. Janice Barrett, how are you? Good to see you guys. Yeah. How do we bring that same championship mindset to our daily lives? Jim Rohn says success is nothing more than a few small disciplines practiced every day. It's the consistency, guys. I talk to you about it every day. Consistency equals discipline. Why does it matter? We love watching the greatness. You're going to see greatness tonight, right? But are you building greatness in your own lives? The Super Bowl is a perfect reminder that the best in the world got there because they made winning decisions long before they ever stepped on that field. There's a lot of hard days and nights with these guys before they make it to the big show, which is the NFL, and then even bigger show, Super Bowl Sunday. Dave Howard, speaking of badasses, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. So one of the things these guys are doing, they're playing the long game, right? One game doesn't define a season. Whoever loses tonight, they're going to get right back to work for the next season, probably tomorrow, right? One day doesn't define a season, just like one day doesn't of overindulgence doesn't define your habits, right? So here's the realities. Champions don't let one day turn into every day. You get that? Don't let one day turn into every day. So whatever you do today and tonight, let's not roll into next week with that shit, okay? If you're going to have a good time, go ahead and have a good time. Thanksgiving, have a great meal. Eat what you're going to eat. But tomorrow, let's get back at it. Let's do what we're going to do. Tom Brady didn't become the GOAT because he had one game. He became the GOAT And if anybody wants to talk about it, just give me a call. He's the GOAT. He became the GOAT because of his consistent commitment to training, nutrition, and preparation 365 days a year. Not when it felt good, not when it didn't hurt, but every single day. So enjoy today, but be mindful of how today's choices will impact tomorrow's performance. We need to win the battle of self-control because the Super Bowl is full of distractions. Dave Zemchek jumped on here. One thing the Super Bowl doesn't have is the Buffalo Bills. Sorry, Dave. Had to do it. Love you, buddy. But I did you dirty there. The Super Bowl is full of distractions, like food, drink, screen time, all of that stuff. Social media, the commercials, right? Remember that? What was it? Terry Tate, that one. You got to have a cover sheet on that. When he's taking people out in the office, that Terry Tate, that was a great commercial. I'm going to watch that today. Totally full of distractions, endless temptations. But champions don't let distractions pull them off their game. Enjoy the game. Do your thing. But let's get back at it tomorrow. And have a strategy for today. It's still early. Guys on the West Coast, it's really early. But set a personal limit, whether it's food, drink, screen time. Hold yourself accountable. Get something done today. Get some exercise. Get something in. Work on setting up your week for next week. Find one way to move. Go for a walk, stretch, or even a quick workout before the game. Takes care of some sins, right? Covers up a few sins. We're gonna break even. Try to break even today if you're gonna indulge. And then make at least one intentional choice that aligns with your long-term goals. Tim Grover says, winners don't avoid fun, but they know when to flip the switch and lock in. Yeah, greatest commercial ever, in my opinion, too, Dave. I love that one. I could watch that one over and over. And then celebrate, but stay committed. We want to celebrate, but I've had some great times watching the Super Bowl, particularly here in the Northeast, where we've been the benefit of being Patriots fans for a bunch of years. Not so good these days, but that's okay. That it goes that way. You need a cover sheet for that fax. Oh, hey, Sandy. Yeah, that's great. Great commercial. If you guys haven't seen that commercial, just Google it. So celebrate, but stay committed. Super Bowl winners and losers, they don't stop working after the game. You'll hear stories about many of these guys going right back to work tomorrow. They go right back the next day. And the same applies to us. The game ends tonight, but our goals still continue tomorrow. Everything that we have on our schedule for Monday is going to show up tomorrow. I got a post-Super Bowl challenge for you. Set a commitment for tomorrow now. Set it today. Whether it's a workout, a work goal, a nutrition reset, decide today how you'll start Monday strong. No matter what you did last night or what you're doing tonight, if you're going to a Super Bowl party. And by the way, why don't they just have this thing on Saturday? I wish they would. Anyway, set a commitment, set a goal for today. For tomorrow, and write it down. Set a reminder. Tell somebody a plan. Get some accountability on that stuff, right? You can't enjoy today and stay locked in on your bigger mission if you're just focused on the game and, hey, have we got enough shrimp dip and tortilla chips and all the stuff, right? Get your stuff done. Okay, if you take anything from my live today, just get out and get your stuff done. It looks like we might be frozen on Facebook. I don't know what that. Can you guys still hear me on Facebook? Throw something in the chat. There it is. Yeah, I think it's going. So had to put another quarter in it. Oh, man. So what's one way you can enjoy today without throwing yourself completely off track? What's one way you can enjoy today without just throwing it in the tank and going 10 steps backward? Yeah, guacamole. No, you're fine, Wendy's. Okay, thank you. Yeah, for some reason it froze up. I want to check back on Instagram for a second. Touring man is there. Look like Tom Hanks. Yeah, I prefer Jean-Claude Van Damme. All right. Yeah, right. I get that face people like to hit. Yeah, so throw it in the comments. I'll hold you accountable. What's your commitment for tomorrow? And then set your game plan. All right. Decide now, how are you balancing discipline and enjoyment of today? Choose one thing you'll control. Now, some of you guys are probably out there going, I'm not even watching the game. Good for you. That's cool. But the vast majority of the general public will be tuned in tonight. And then make a post-Super Bowl commitment. Write down one action step for tomorrow, like I said, whether it's a workout, a clean meal, or hit a business goal, or whether it's like, hey, I'm gonna have fun tonight. I'm gonna do my thing, but I'm gonna be at Planet Fitness at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. doing my thing, or I'm walking on the treadmill. Yeah, Dave says loud and clear. Jason Greenleaf, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. And then tell someone your plan. Stay accountable, either here or in the comments. Just post it up, or let a family member know. If you don't want to put it in the comments, that's okay. DM me. I'll text you tomorrow and see if you're doing it. I challenge you. I dare you. So, guys, Super Bowl Sunday, it's about competition, performance, and the moments of greatness. But remember, the real game isn't happening on the field. It's happening in your daily choices, your mindset, and your discipline. Let's make this about you. Enjoy today. Coop is here. Josh Baker says, write down the wins from last week and the losses. Attack the losses next week. I'm going to time block and stick to the calendar this week. Yeah, own that calendar or it'll own you. Right? Anybody want to put their predictions for the game in? Pop them in there. Who's going to win? Danielle is here. You're late. What's up? Good to see you. All right. Yeah, guys, enjoy today. Enjoy the game, but don't lose sight of tomorrow. Champions find the balance between celebration and commitment. Be one of them. It's about being a champion, right? It's not just about winning all the time. It's about creating winning actions and habits every single day, no matter what's going on. And to coin another football phrase, I think it was the Patriots that said, bend, don't break. You know, when they were on a 5-yard line of it. Bend, don't break. Give up the field goal today. Don't give up the touchdown. You don't have to be extreme. Just be consistent. Wendy said Travis is going to win, which means Taylor, basically. Oh, God. Hey, you opened yourself up to that. I can't help you from here. So, guys, enjoy the game and have fun. Make one winning decision for yourself today. And when the game's over, be ready to show up for tomorrow. Drop your commitments in the comments. I'd love to see them. I want to see who's stepping up. And let's not stagger into work today or tomorrow or just I hit it a little hit that bean dip a little bit too hard last night. Guy that worked for me used to say, "Oh yeah, Harv and I get into the brats last night." Like, gee, come on, man. Come in. We got to take a little Imodium and I'll be in. Don't be that guy, right? Don't be that guy. Oh man, good times. Guys, post in the chat what you're planning on doing tomorrow. Christy, how are you? Good to see you, kid. Post in the chat. What are you doing tomorrow to stick to your goals, to stick to your champion mindset? Watch the game tonight. Have a blast, right? Have a good time. It's funny. Last year I spent not drinking, period. But I did have a couple of, I would try the non-alcoholic beers and stuff. And I was watching, I don't know what we were watching the other night on TV, but it was saying that maybe it was 207 something. They were saying that the non-alcoholic stuff is really starting to land pretty well. And people are really going after it. Well, they might go to a bar and have a couple of beers, but then they switch to the non-alcoholic stuff. So, and then they said, yeah, we had heard that Bob Turner from Maine had been getting away from drinking. I'm just kidding. But, my point in that is, I'm not even doing that now. Not even bothering with the non-alcoholic stuff. I'm just like, nah, I'm just away from it. I'm just away from it. Flag on the play when he says, yeah. Yeah, they say the Chiefs have the refs in their pocket. I don't know about that. Specifically now that everybody knows it. Matt Ferry, good to see you, Brusin. Dave Zemchek says you don't have to be extreme. Just be consistent. I love that. Yeah, it's cool. I like that one. Just be at it every day in some fashion. I like days like this because, you look around and it's just a head game you can play, but your competition probably taking today off, probably mailing it in tomorrow because they're a little bit green in the gills. Matt Ferry says tomorrow is statistically the least productive day of the year. Don't be a statistic. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. How are you going to crush Monday? And again, if you're just joining us, the Super Bowl should be on Saturday. That way, the whole general public, everybody in the country that's staggering around the next day, can do it on their own time, not punch in and get paid for it. But don't get me going on that. So yeah, do your thing today. Get something done. Move the needle in some fashion. Set yourself up for a good week. Don't be like, all right, yeah, I gotta head to Hannaford and pick up that shrimp ring. Started about 2:00. Reminds me of my NASCAR. The one time I went to Loudon, the guy picked me up at like 5:30 a.m. I said, "What time is the race?" He said, 2. My dad's on you remember this. Bracket 2. And we loved Tim. Was a great guy. He was really into racing. He had some extra tickets he brought us. I said, "What are we gonna do between, say, 9 a.m. and 2? He said, "Oh, you tailgate. You watch, people watch us." Okay. So about 6 or 7 hot dogs and a half a dozen Coors Lights into that, I was like, man, this is going to be a long day. Then they started the race, and they raced wicked hard for like 5 minutes, and then it rained for about 5 minutes. And then they spent the next 2.5 hours dragging jet engines around the track. And I said, I don't think I'm going to be a NASCAR fan anytime soon. So don't expect to have any of those shrimp ring, Bob. Yeah, they're gone. I went to Hannaford yesterday, and it actually wasn't too bad. For you guys that aren't from Maine, Hannaford is our grocery chain. It wasn't actually too bad. It was pretty good. There were a lot of people there, don't get me wrong, but I went to the self-checkout thing. I was never a self-checkout guy until Wendy and I started hanging around. She goes right for the self-checkout. She's got it down. She's got the bags and stuff, and everything's flying, bing, 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 hitting the buttons, and I'm over there sweating, right? Because I'm like, I haven't even got a bag open yet, and she's putting the canned goods to me and all the stuff, right? And I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I pay way too much for groceries. I want to pull up. I want to put them on the belt. I want to have somebody else figure out all that. And then I want to pick them up down at the end and listen to them talk about when they take their 15. Hey, Marsha, you got your 15 yet? No, I got a 5. I got my 15 coming up. I got to go outside and I'll be back in, but I'm going to take my 15. They talk about their break, right? And I'm fine with that. That whole self-checkout thing, I got into that on my own yesterday. So the wheels came flying off the buggy. I didn't even tell Wendy about this. So I had about 3-4 bags worth of stuff, but I got the small cart. I'm sweating just talking about it. I got the small cart because I wasn't going to get a lot of stuff. So now I've got the bags in there. Now I get some eggs. Now I got this. Now I got some shit on the back down around that I missed after I started to cash out, which got me going. So I was going fast. I didn't have a bagger. So now I'm piling all my groceries on the thing, hoping it won't yell at me because I missed something. Then I get everything bagged there, but then I don't want to set a bag back on the scanner thing because it's going to think I'm back. And cashed out, got all that done, got it all jammed in there, went on my way. But when I was done, I was right in a lather. I don't like that. And I'm like, I pay too much for groceries to come in here and have to punch in, basically. And the last thing, I'll leave you with this. When did it become that we were a terrible human if we didn't bring our cart back? I mean, I'm all about it. I usually do it anyway, right? You can't afford eggs, right? I'll always bring the cart back. Yesterday I brought it back. The guy met me. He was coming my way. But we're all working for Hannaford. 20 years ago, there was no self-checkout, and you just left your cart, and they paid somebody to come pick that stuff up, right? So the way I look at it is I'm putting somebody out of a job. Probably one of the most unpopular things I've said. Yeah, right? Guy's just a show off. Yeah, when you're taking your 15, it's all guaranteed. That's as guaranteed as driving through the town of Gorham and hearing some sirens. Am I right? Cops, fire. You can't drive through Gorham. It's our next town over for you guys that don't live around here. Cops, firemen, every single time. Yeah. Love it when the machine asks you to rate yourself, right? I went by a sign. I'm having fun today, guys. So if I'm going too long, just hop off. But there's a Bingers Wingers or whatever it is up here in Windham, Maine, right at the corner, and they always have a funny sign. One sign one year said, "Hey, when is the employee party for the self checkout baggers at Walmart? I want to make sure I get to that this year." Yeah, I gotta get a price check. Oh God forbid you throw the green grapes on the scale, not on the scale, but like you try to scan those babies. No, you got to put them just on the scale a little bit, and then type in search. And now I'm really sweating. I try to outpace the thing, type faster than and it goes, and green onions comes out. I don't want green onions. I got green grapes here. I won't buy something if I have to wait. If I have to weigh it, I'm like, no, screw it. Doesn't have a SKU on it. I'm done. Bagger of the month, yeah. Bagger of the month, self checkout guy of the month. I could be that. Can I get a price check? If you happen to buy alcohol or something that even looks like it, all the red lights go off. They descend on you like something out of a movie. So then there's that one person that's in charge of all that. They're a big deal. They're standing back, just looking around, and your light's flashing. Something's going on. I'm having a problem over here. I got nothing. And then the best one is you forgot your bags. And guys like Josh, you guys that live out of state, Matt, we don't have bags. They don't have plastic bags here in Maine anymore. So if you show up, you got to bring all your bags. Get to bring your bags. If you forget, you leave the house without them. Now you're screwed. They have some paper bags. You can use those. But then it asks you, how many bags did you use today? And they whack you 5 cents for each one of those. I would just like to see one statistic on just exactly how many trees we've saved by doing that. Are they making fewer bags? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't get it. Somebody can explain it to me. Shaw's does. Yeah, maybe it's time I switched. Yeah, sizzle chest. The best is when something shows up with the wrong price and the self-checkout czar is like, whatever. Yeah. Dude, I don't even look. I haven't got time to look at the prices. I'm trying to keep up and scan and not have it time out. And then I'm stressed about that. I can't look around for my cart. And I like to put the square stuff in the bottom and build a good bag. Bracket, I know you do this. You got to build a good bag. You can't just throw that shit in there. Yeah. The trees pay the loggers, Tony says. Exactly. Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, I got off track a little bit today. Had some fun. Again, if you know anybody at Stanley, tell them enough's enough, right? Enough's enough, guys. Like, where do you go from there? Enjoy the game tonight. Christy says you either try to stack it just right and figure out how to carry it all, or buy them damn cheaper paper bags that rip by the time you get to the car. Exactly. Yeah. And no self-respecting man ever made more than one trip from the car to the house with the groceries. Remember that. Dave says, stay organized. Yeah. Last one. Make the list like you shop through the store, right, Wendy? We do that. Like, get all the deli stuff and the produce and the perishables, non-perishables. Yeah. Oh, man. Good stuff. Well, I'm going to get on the end of a shovel. I got to clean off the Jeep. There's a good 10 inches on that. We've got my mother's car over here, so I got to clean that off and move that around and play musical vehicles out in the parking lot here. Wendy says paper bags equals stress and chaos. I'll load them right up. Yeah, exactly. It's a good time, and I will say this: Wendy will go most of the time because she loves me and she knows I hate it, and we just work well together that way. And I'll do a snow angel for you. And I'll tell you what, she's masterful at going through that store. So I've gone before and sat in the vehicle. She's in and out in like 12 seconds. And I know it would have cost $100 more if I went in. So yeah, I'll be on the lookout for the tuck rule tonight. Exactly. Yeah, those refs are going to be walking a tightrope, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I hear there'll be some interesting commercials, so I'll leave it at that. Matt says almost 70 here right now, but fire up the grill if anybody wants some kebab recipes. Perfect, Bob. Yeah, I'll put all the glass and cans in one paper bag. I'm a savage. Yeah. I like that. I lost my bags one time. I think I come around aisle 11 a little bit hard. I had those bags on the bottom. I hadn't bought a thing yet. So I come around the next thing, got my stuff, got all the way to the counter, and I go to get my bags, no bags. So I had to backtrack. Would you believe somebody took them? I went up to the counter. Hey, you see my bags? Anybody come with a bag of bags? No, nothing. Sorry, sir. Like, okay, I'll buy it. So I bought a dozen, all of the same kind. Now I got all these blue bags, fold them up just right. They go in one bag. Life here in Maine. Luke McGee, good to see you. Well, guys, it's been fun. I'm up over a half an hour now. Been rambling for a while. I hope you watch the game, but I hope you take a minute, watch it from a little different angle tonight and say, hey, these guys sacrificed. These guys kept at it when the going got tough. And tomorrow, I want you to do the same. And think about just being disciplined every single day and be consistent over the course of those 365. Let's see how that goes for you. All right. Guys, it's been fun. If you're shoveling snow today in the Northeast, go easy. Yeah, I do, Matt. That's how I drive that cart. I'm working on some tight margins when I'm in the store like that. I'm coming around. I'm running the tangents, with the grocery cart. And I'll tell you what, extra points if you can grab something off the shelf and the cart doesn't lose forward momentum. I always like that too. Never stop. Cottage cheese, bang. Got the mozzarella over here, picking out the oikos, all that stuff. Bang, bang, bang. You're getting a rhythm in there. Got what you need. Son of a bitch, if at least once during that, I got to backtrack. Don't I hate a backtrack? A backtrack all the way from frozen foods down to the deli. That's a big fat F for your trip to the store. I'm just going to tell you. Call it out right now. Had to go all the way back for the grapes the other day. Not good. Ruins all your margins. So plan our week like we plan our grocery list. That's right, Josh. It's a fun topic today. Hey, guys, enjoy the game tonight. I hope whoever you're rooting for wins. I don't much care about it. I just like to see the drama unfold. I like to see halftime. I like to see the commercials, which frankly haven't been great the past few years. I haven't thought. But, yeah, I love you too, buddy. Yeah, you keep doing good things as well. So check out Matt Ferry on Instagram, guys. Veterans Fishing. He's doing great stuff for veterans, getting them out of the water. So anyway, DM me if you need to. I'd love to chat with you guys about picking you up as a one-on-one coach and client. Join our communities. I'm not going to spend 20 minutes talking about our event. You know when it is. It's in a couple of weeks on Saturday, 2/22. All right, The Edge live. Get there if you want to level up. I appreciate all you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Get something done. Later. Bye.